Hey, what's up, everybody? My weekly series, which I'm hoping to expand upon. Just talking today. Independence Day is tomorrow. Um, I thought this subject is fitting, although it's not exactly what you're probably going to think it is, so it might be a little long winded. Um, so here goes. Something I've thought about and I actually had written down at some point years ago, and I've lost that writing. But the Declaration of Independence says, in one sentence, two sentences maybe, we hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal. Now, you guys already know what my thoughts are on that subject in terms of politically, racially, governmentally, and where I stand on that issue. But the reality is, all that stuff with notwithstanding, is no, we are not all created equal. And here's what I mean. Politically, we should be. There should be no difference in that. But everybody is unique and different. You should be equal in the sense that nobody's better than you in general. But let's face it, very few people become pro athletes, um, singers, entertainers, actors. There's 1% of the population that are super rich. Now, granted, those things are attainable for anybody in theory, but we're not equal. Some people are just naturally talented. I cannot run fast. I attempted to do so today, and it didn't work. I just can't do it. I try, and I challenge myself every day. Um, one example of this is Michael Jordan and his brother. Michael Jordan, greatest, arguably, especially in my opinion, greatest basketball player ever. Um, Stories that I've read over the years is that his brother was just as good of a basketball player as him, except he was about a foot shorter. Michael Jordan's father was only about 5'8", 5'10". Jordan becomes 6'6". Um, his father described it in a video that God knew that he would starve if he had to do anything else other than play basketball, and and God gifted him the height to be, the prototype shooting guard, 6'6", 200 something pounds. But the tenacity, the mental toughness, the drive, the leadership, or all these other intangibles, he wasn't created the same as his brother. They might have had the same athletic ability. Maybe his brother didn't have the drive. Maybe because his brother was only 5'8" or 10 that he couldn't make it there. So no, we're not all created equal. We're all created as individuals. I, for example, I'm just barely over 5 foot tall. I wanted to be a pro football player. I had the drive. I just didn't have talent, and at all. I just loved the play, right? But I mean, it's a hard subject because yes, I believe that people are all created equal in terms of no man should have more opportunity than next. No man or woman should be held back for anything. But sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. In certain instances, like I can't sing. Everybody I know knows I can't sing, but there's people out there that have beautiful voices. You know, I think the hard part in life is people don't know what their singing voice is. They don't know what their proverbial voice is. I don't know mine. Doing this kind of stuff is my voice, I guess, at this point, and it's something I've always wanted to do. So I'm gonna do it. But maybe somebody else wants to do something like this, but doesn't have the same mental makeup as me. Some people struggle with things like, mental illness. Some people are more susceptible and allergic to peanuts. We are not all created equal. And if we were, it'd be a very boring place. But there's a reason why, like, I don't know the statistic and I probably should have looked it up, but there's a reason why, only a few thousand people are professional baseball players. There's a reason why there's only 450 NBA players in the entire world. You know what I mean? There's a reason why, you know, um, guys like Elon Musk are very smart, and guys like me maybe aren't as smart. There's a reason why, you know, some guys can run 100 meters in under 10 seconds, and and guys like me take 11 or 12. And now some of, I think the mental makeup or the other sort of less physical attributes or traits you might have are certain things, environmental, where you grew up, um, things like that, trauma, PTSD, whatever. But also, no one ever really told me to try hard. I just do. No one ever told me to try to be the best that I can. Well, that's a lie. My mom was very vocal about being, tough and being, who, trying hard. But she also says, everybody's your equal. Well, true, except for I know if I tried to outrun somebody, I would lose. My older brother is a very fast runner, and he's almost 10 years older than me, and he'll beat me every single time. So I'll give it 100%, but maybe somebody else that's going to race you knows they're going to lose and not going to give it 100%. So I wholeheartedly believe all men should be created equal. But but again, that's politically. So I figured with Independence Day, we would talk about that in terms of like, nah, we're not all created equal. I mean, I'm much better looking than most people. But also, it just is what it is. You can't do everything. I feel like I'm good at a lot of stuff. I'm not great at any one thing. But again, some people just have an aptitude for something. Some are great real estate agents. Some are great doctors. Some are great lawyers. Some people are great architects. And this is not just because, 1% of the population is famous. I don't mean like that. Just some people are better at some things than others. And one of my first videos was how I don't really have a green thumb. My backyard looks like crap. Some people just love that, and they have fruit trees and the greenest grass on the block, and, that's not me. So when somebody says all men are created equal, politically, absolutely they should be. But the reality is, I might do something better than you do. And I think that we have to understand that and be collaborative like that. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. But they're not really, because our country hasn't made it that way. But they're not really because God, the Creator, Jesus, Allah, Abraham, whatever, Buddha, whoever it is that your fixture in your religion is, or whoever your creator is, he made you different than me. I have brown hair, brown eyes. You might have blonde hair, blue eyes. That's not the same. But your attributes, are different. You might be 6'4". I'm 5'3" if I'm lucky. You might have perfectly straight teeth, and some people don't. Just think about that. And I think that when you're trying to get to know people, that difference. Like, hey, maybe this guy isn't on the same level as me. He can't, do this or X, Y, Z as good as I can. So no, we're not all created equal, but that's beautiful. It's the beauty of life. All right, y'all. Later.